This is IHSEN iRacing, presented by the Indiana Esports Network. All right. Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to another week of iRacing. I thought for sure I was running this one solo today, but it looks like Mr. B is in with me. Welcome back. We're at USA. Gosh, I can't tell you how excited I am to get this one going. And it should be good. Hey, folks at home, we have 5 concurrent viewers because we're starting a little early today. It is heat racing. And in heat racing, we kind of have a different format. We are currently qualifying from this qualifier that transfers to 2 8-lap heat races. From those 8-lap heat races, we then get 6 that transfer out to a feature. And the others that are remaining then are in a consolation race. That will then, the top 4 from the consolation race will then transfer 16 drivers total. That will get us to the feature, 25 laps, and we're done for today. Kind of an interesting way to run some racing here.
Yeah, and something interesting that Mr. Rhoda brought up is that oftentimes the students kind of prefer a setup like this, as this heat racing allows the opportunity for them to compete directly with other students that are having similar lap times as them. So it oftentimes gives the opportunity for a lot more competitive racing as we go through the evening here.
I have some really bad news for you, Mr. B. And that really bad news is that for some reason, I don't have any audio from you. Yeah. So, everybody out there oh, no, you're good. I have, getting ready for our grid here. This is the heat race number 1. And trying to get, here we go. All right, we're going to get ready just here in a second. Let's see if I can figure out why I don't have any audio. All right, Mr. B, give us a shot now. What do you got?
Check 1, 2.
Oh, man, we are ready to go. Hey, sorry about that, folks at home.
There we go.
Here is our first heat race formation lap. You know, hey, Mr. B, we didn't get any of that from before. Go ahead and give that one again. You were talking about guys in heat racing, and one of the things they were kind of excited about.
Yeah, so something Mr. Rhoda was telling me about is oftentimes with these heat races, the students prefer this in a way because it allows them to compete directly with students who have similar lap times to them, with other racers out there. And so oftentimes these type of races, the style setup, the heat races, allows for a lot more competitive racing.
Absolutely, and I think the fields are also a little smaller. So because of that, you know, we just have, especially in these short ovals, it's tricky. As we look at our beautiful liveries across the league, gosh, we got Carmel up there in the front. Looks like Robert's the front. We're on board with him, and the pace car is here. It looks like Carmel, Lawrenceburg, Pike, Harrison. Let's see who's next. Union City, Blackford, Zane, Ben Davis, Zach, and BD Frank down there at the end. Pace car will be out, I think, this lap. Lights are out on the pace car, so I think he's coming in. And we'll go some heats. This one is an 8-lap heat. The top 6 guys in this one transfer. Or
the pace car's going around again?
Yeah, the pace car will be on forever. We'll just do this whole thing behind the pace car. And
there it goes.
That's it.
Green flag.
All right, we
are drop.
Green flag racing. Carmel Robert jumps out to a major league lead, but that's Pablo from Lawrenceburg. I think is looking to try and equalize there.
Pablo seems to already be preferring that high line around the track, where Carmel Robert is taking that low side.
Well,
Interesting to see once they catch up to each other what lines they end up taking.
Reminder, this one does, oh, Pablo gets a little squirrely there, carrying a little bit of extra speed as he goes around. Holds on to it, though, and lives to fight another day. Let's go on board with Leland from Lawrenceburg. See some
Leland currently
drivers
in
there.
6th place right now.
All right, and here we are. Ben Davis, Zach. He's in that 5th spot. Reminder, the top 6 transfer. That's all you need to do from this first heat race. You need to transfer from the first heat into the feature race. So we see the beautiful Ben Davis livery there go around the outside. Ben Davis, Pike Harrison is there. That should be Harrison Matthew coming in 3rd
Taking that
tonight.
spot up to 3rd.
It's exciting for Harrison Matthew. Mixing it up a little
Absolutely.
bit.
New fastest lap set by Carmel Robert, a 22.984, the only driver in the 22s right now.
And man, look at that. All right, who else we got? Unicity Gary. Unicity Esports right there going around the track. Oh, goes a spinner. Does he save it? You know, just a little love tap. Oh, dear. Holds on to it. Doesn't hit anybody else. No harm, no foul. And here is our race leader. I don't think the race is checker flags yet, but I think we're getting there. Countdown there at 52 seconds. I thought this was an 8-lap race. The settings in iRacing do get a little confusing. So I'm hoping this comes through here and we see what's going on.
And, you know, with such short races, only 3 minutes here in this heat, it's kind of a sprint to the finish line. You know, we talked earlier a couple weeks ago about consistency with lap times, and all that still remains true here. But man, with 3 minutes on the clock, it is pedal to the metal, and you got no time to waste.
Closest battle on track here. BD Zach is coming around, trying to get the inside line there on Matthew. Matthew continues to stay in front. That's Matthew from Harrison High School. BD Zach is who we're on board with. As looks like Leland goes a little extra innings there. A little slower. As Pike driver, there's Pike Gerardo coming out of the pits. Maybe going into the pits, maybe serving a penalty. Obviously no, and that should be checkered flag. Carmel Roberts. So the 6th transfer, Robert, Pablo, Matthew, Zach, Frank, Gary, Zane, Pike Gerardo, and Leland will need to duke it out to see who's going to make that last chance qualifier from the feature to get into the points paying positions. Only positions pay points from the feature race. There we go. Heat 1 done and dusted, getting ready for Heat 2. The sim freaks out a little bit because all the guys have to leave track and then come back, and not too bad. Beautiful day in Florida, USA International Speedway, as we see the sun setting. We are gridding. This heat features Carmel Zach, Carmel Alistair, Pike Drew, BD Axel, Hobart Alexander, Pike Lazarus, Pike Ethan, and Harrison Jameson. Harrison came in this past week at 2nd place, comes up to the podium. That might be one of his first times. So we're on board with Carmel Zach right now. He was the race winner from the last race. Last week's finishing was Zach, followed by Jameson, followed by Axel. So Carmel, Harrison, Ben Davis round out your podium. And I'm hoping we get in and have a little chat with all those guys.
In this heat rate, is this also the top 6 that advance, or is this a little bit different?
Yep, top 6 will transfer from this heat. And then we will have, again, that 10-lap consolation race to see who can make the feature race field of 16.
As the pace car takes yet another lap around the track.
I gotta get those tires warm. Come on now. Huge shout out. I say this all the time. Huge shout out to all of our coaches and the kids across the league getting our paint scheme set up and going as we see that beautiful Hobart machine. Let's go on board with Hobart Alexander. Look at this thing. Holy cow. The brickies.
Great looking cars out there today.
Yeah, Carmel looks great. Pike looks great. Everybody looks great. Look at that. A whole swarm of Pike guys. There's all 4 Pike guys in this.
Green flag, green flag.
As Zach takes us to green. James and Harrison stuck a little bit in the background of this one. Going to have to put in some work today if he wants to make the top race. Looks like we have some extracurriculars going on in the back there. Zach.
That was Pike Lazarus up in the wall.
Oops. Zach from Carmel way out in front early.
Already a 0.6 second gap in that. Pretty impressive for 1 lap down.
Here's Jameson trying to go around the outside, the long way around of Alexander from Hobart. And he's getting caught in some traffic there. That's a 21 machine of Pike Ethan. Again, the top 6 transfers. So all you got to do is get yourself through out of Heat 1, transfer to the feature, go from there.
And Hobart Alexander and Harrison James currently switching back and forth, swapping that 6th place and 7th place. Great racing between both of them. They are currently battling for that last cutoff spot.
Looks like Jameson from Harrison gets around and is able to find his next target. Car in front is Pike Ethan. Ethan from Pike. All right, other battles on track here. Who we got?
The number 1 of Carmel, Alistair.
That's odd. Man, Alistair, I have no idea what's going on with yours, but it currently shows up as a Pike livery. That's an interesting challenge. All right. Sorry to the Greyhounds. Not 100% sure why that's happening. We'll have to fix that for next week. All right, let's take a second to recognize the Indiana Esports Network while we have a chance. The Indiana Esports Network is 100% volunteer-driven, educator-led, free-to-students organization. As we're on board here with Zach. IHSEN is a collective of over 150 school districts across the state, ranging in size, demographics, and socioeconomic populations, all with the same goal, to use esports as a vehicle, come on now, vehicle to engage students who aren't involved in traditional athletics or after-school activities, to increase academic performance and motivation, to create an inclusive community of students that fosters social growth, and to provide students with meaningful opportunities to develop 21st century skills and career competencies in a novel way. In addition to helping out here as coordinator for the Indiana Esports Network, as Zach puts a massive gap on the field on his teammate, that's not true, on a car that looks like his teammate, Pike Drew in second. Looks like Zach is almost 4 seconds. And I believe that should be white flag. In addition to my duties here with the Indiana Esports Network as race coordinator, I'm also a middle school esports coach. Got involved with it, and I tell you what, it's a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. If you're a teacher or an administrator, you're watching this, you're thinking, I don't know, how do I get my kids to do this? Gosh, reach out, indianaesportsnetwork.org. As we get the checkered flag, click schedule a meeting, and the board of directors will meet with you to talk through, as Pike Drew barely edges out Carmel's Alistair for the 3rd place spot. There's that beautiful Hobart Brickies livery. Reach out to the Indiana Esports Network. Those guys are amazing. They will set up a meeting, and next thing you know, you'll be competing right with the rest of these kids. Looks like 5 drivers are here for our last chance qualifying.
You said this is a 10-lap race, correct?
Yes. Yes, 10-lap consolation. 4 of the 5 drivers transfer. So 1 driver is donezo after this race. Let's see what happens. In addition to transferring, this also does set, as you see our consolation race up there in the top left-hand corner, this also does set, it does set our grid for the actual feature race. So not only is one person eliminated from this, this is also going to set our grid. This could
An
be
important race here. If you are Lawrenceburg Leland right now, your priority is to get that 4th place from Pike Lazarus.
Just got
Try and
past.
be within that top 4.
You got past one person. I think this is going to be interesting because it looks like the cars are out of position. If cars are out of position when we run this, we're fixing it. If cars are out of position when they start, that'll involve a penalty, and in 10 laps, you don't have much time to fix that. So I saw one of the Pike machines try and pass his neighbor. I'm not sure if he knew how the race worked. It is weird. This is our, if you weren't necessarily in the preseason racing, you wouldn't have done an oval. Ovals start with a rolling start, as Pike is having a little staff meeting there. You wouldn't necessarily know how the ovals start, which is a rolling start as opposed to a standing start. It's like that's Blackford Zane in the 3 car. And this will be interesting
Classic
to
look
see.
on that car.
Yeah. I know Blackford's been working through some settings issues. Been there, done that, and hopefully they're able to get their things going. It looks like Zane is probably on his controller instead of an actual wheel as he blinks a little bit.
I say, just seeing the driver in there. Ooh, okay, not sure what happened there. Having some issues, but we are off and running. Green flag racing.
Yeah, it's here on
Number
board.
21 of Pike Ethan in 1st place so far.
Ethan Bonds, although Zane, I wonder if he got some picked up some damage. He was blinking as crossed the finish line. Looks like Pike, as we cross the timing lines, reset the order. Pike 1, 2, 3, last chance quali here. And Lawrenceburg Leland, as of right now, doing enough, staying with the pack to not be in the elimination zone.
And again, how good does that car look?
Right? I love those cars.
Ooh, Pike Lazarus unfortunately cannot hold it, which gives the opportunity for Lawrenceburg Leland to come up and secure that 3rd place spot.
Yeah, let's see if Zane is able to capitalize on that. It looks like he is gaining pretty rapidly on Pike Lazarus, as he does, and that's Pike Lazarus in the 5th spot now. That is the drop zone, as Gerardo sets a 24.2 as our fastest lap. Sorry, 24.224 as opposed to 24.443, which was the best lap set by Pike Ethan.
New fastest lap set here, 23.7. 23.76.
Well, I think Ethan got the message.
Pike Ethan.
I think he heard us. He's like, those guys talking smack. As Pike Lazarus finds the wall again, that might be his day done. We will see.
He's back up and running, but,
Oh,
you know,
looks like we collected Leland. Oh, boy.
with iRacing being as accurate of a sim as it is, if these vehicles sustain any kind of damage, it severely impacts the performance of the car. And trying to, simultaneously figure out what happened to your car, what's still working well and what's not, while also racing on such a short oval, that is quite the task, and quite a difficult task at that as well.
Absolutely, and I think, in a longer race, so this is a 20-minute oval. First of all, it's a lot of oval racing. As Ethan holds on to it, you got to take your foot out of it, buddy. As Ethan holds on to that one, a little Tokyo drift going on.
Dirt track racing.
Yeah, that's right. Come on now, we don't do that. I think in a longer race, a 20-minute race, you got some time to come back from some mistakes. But in this one, you make mistakes early, and you just don't have time. There's not enough. With only 10 laps, it's really difficult to come back from that. Good to see our timing screens back up. I'm not 100% sure why it took so long for those to come, but you see the 5 there on the left-hand side. I did some setting changes this past week just to try and find better settings as I watch, the review of the races. Has Zane going pretty high on that one, but holds on to it. As I was watching the races, difficult to read some of that. So we're churning through stuff here on Mr. B and I side to make sure that we have all things ready to go.
I do have to say, I think it looks pretty great this week. Nice job, Mr.
Yeah,
Rowan.
it was all about the transparency. For some reason, the transparency settings were struggling. Looks like Gerardo's in pits for repairs. He's at 103 seconds, so I'm not sure if he's going to come back out. And Leland is also in the pits on our final lap. It'll be interesting to see how the sim scores that. Ethan comes in. It looks like Pike Lazarus, although he's gaining. We'll see what happens. It looks like he's running. Is he going to get out of the knockout zone? We'll see.
We'll find out shortly. Pike Ethan has secured that first place finish in this heat.
Well, let's see what happens. Although I think Lazarus might be in the drop zone here. And that crosses the checkers. I think that is... Oh, Pike Lazarus does take
give it to him.
So
him getting out of the pits and being able to complete those extra couple laps, that was enough to make the difference.
Absolutely, he made it, and that's that's persistence. We talk to our kids about make a mistake, it's not fatal. Don't let yourself get so down that you let your mistakes make more mistakes. And last second he transfers through, and his teammate was not able to capitalize. All right, looks like
what a great skill to practice, because in life, as we know, life is full of moments where you will fail or you will not be as successful as you want, but you got to keep going, you got to push through. What a great way for students to be able to practice that.
Absolutely. Here we go on our feature race. It's a 10-minute race, so coaches might be done a little bit early tonight. As the pace car, I'm not 100% sure what Ben Davis is doing. That's Ben Davis on Ben Davis car accident there, so...
And you cannot pass during formation laps. The race has not started.
Right. I know some of these guys aren't driving cars yet, but you also cannot pass a car that's parked by running through it. So I'm not quite sure what the Ben Davis guys were going for there. And field's getting packed up.
Our current order: Carmel Robert, Carmel Zach, followed by Lawrenceburg Pablo, Pike Drew, Harrison Matthew in 5th place with Carmel Alistair in 6th. We have Ben Davis Zach, followed by Harrison Jameson, Ben Davis Frank, Ben Davis Axel in 11th place, Union City Gary, followed by Hobart Alexander. We have Pike Ethan, Blackford Zane, Lawrenceburg Leland, and Pike Lazarus rounding out that 16th spot.
All right.
Looks like a little bump draft off of the pace car. I do find it funny that the pace car is not something the students are able to collide with. I feel like that was done on purpose from iRacing. Pace car pulls away as we come around to the green flag. We are off and racing.
And here we are. Robert pulls a little bit of a lead.
Too wide with the 14 machine of Pablo and the 10 machine of Zach. Pablo gets that position comfortably and now in 2nd place.
Looks like Drew utilizing the wall to help him go a little faster around the corner. Got a little loose, carried a lot of speed, but I tell you what, he held on to it, not major damage, and it looks like he's able to move in front of the 10 machine as we find some contact.
Again, like I talked about earlier, sustaining damage early in the race, he's now having to navigate what his car is able to do. He has to push the boundaries, and unfortunately, sometimes the only way you can find out that your car is not able to do something is to try and not have it respond. So it'll be interesting to see that number 5 machine of Ben Davis Zach, how he navigates all of that throughout the rest of this 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'll tell you what, somebody that's really navigating this whole thing is Carmel Robert, pushing in another fastest lap here. as put some separation on the field.
On board here with the number 84 machine of Andrew.
Tell you what, let's go around the league.
Actually, that is Pike Drew, is it not?
Pike Drew. He goes by either or. Jameson Harrison, Jameson Harrison. Got a little Ben Davis sandwich in front of us here. Indianapolis guys racing there, both Ben Davis and Pike High School. Oops. Getting a little loose.
Held onto it though, secured the position.
There we go. Oops.
I like that move there from Ben Davis, Zach. He was stuck up on the high line, saw his opportunity to get down low, threw that car into the turn, and was able to find a better line and more firmly secure his position. Now, if I'm the 42 machine of Ben Davis Frank, I am waiting patiently, watching Pike Drew as he goes through these turns, navigating, waiting for a mistake to happen. Just like that, stick your nose in and start making progress.
Well, I told the kids in the drivers
that
meeting.
inside line.
Told the kids in the drivers meeting that it's all about setting up passes. You can't just throw yourself into a pass and expect it to stick. And it takes time to develop, especially on short track ovals. That as Drew goes, takes a look on the inside. Ben Davis Frank responding a little bit, getting the car pretty aggressively around. We'll see if that messes with his tire life as he goes through. But it takes time to set up these good passes. It's not just a one and done kind of thing. All right, let's move here. We got Lawrenceburg's Leland. A little damage on the front of the car. Who else we got here? Carmel Zach running a good ways behind his teammate Robert. Robert getting some love from Aiden in the comments here. Yeah. Looks like a couple fans over there in our chat giving Robert some cheers. Come on now.
Love to see it.
Yeah. As long as people are being cool.
During that, Robert set that new fastest lap time of 22.992, the only driver in the 22-second range so far in this race.
Now this might be just his day. I don't want to curse it. But I tell you what, let's go inside this lovely car. And what do we got? What do we got? There we go. Riding on board your current race leader. 1.6 seconds up from his teammate Zach. Pablo is in third from Lawrenceburg.
Now, something interesting here, I want everybody to watch the steering wheel. People think that circle track is just turning left, but there is so much counter steering taking place here. Left, right, keeping that car right on the edge the entire time, feeling the steering wheel, feeling where the grip is, and also listening to your tires, making sure that you're not breaking them loose.
Absolutely.
These drivers are working hard. It looks simple because they're just turning left, right? But that is not necessarily true. It is quite the task.
This right here is view from the stands. This is a spectator view. You were spectating this thing as the 12 car rolls right past. This is what you would see. Look at all these people in the stands out to watch.
I appreciate how many hairstyles that iRacing has introduced to their fans. That's incredible.
Right. Come on now.
I need to try some of those out.
And Lawrenceburg Pablo. Let's see Lawrenceburg Pablo. And I tell you what, Lawrenceburg Pablo and Drew right there, back to back. Drew's in that 84 machine, Pike Drew. If Pablo could hang on to this, he punches his ticket to the All-Star race. He was not on the podium last week, but could soon be.
Four minutes and 23 seconds left in our feature race here. Carmel Robert out in first place, followed by Carmel Zach, back-to-back Carmel drivers. Lawrenceburg Pablo in third, Pike Drew in fourth, Ben Davis Frank in fifth place.
I'll tell you what, Drew's pushing hard. He's now on the inside of that 14 machine. We'll see. Oh, as Pablo gets a little squirrely, Drew helps him out, spins it back around, but was the damage done as Ben Davis Frank now in the mix?
Ben Davis Frank, if he can get his nose up there, he can keep that inside
there goes
line.
Pablo
Nope,
inside outside the switcheroo. Come on now, fellas. Oh, and that blocks off Ben Davis Frank. Well, this is pretty exciting.
great racing. This is exactly what Ben Davis Frank is hoping for. Sitting back here, letting these two race, keeping his nose close, waiting for his opportunity.
Come on now. Some good racing here from the Indiana Esports Network. I'd like to thank all 17 of our concurrent viewers. Oh no, Drew gets a little wide.
Hold on to it, hold on.
Oh, that causes, and that really helps out 14 machine of Pablo. As Robert continues to push the lead, now 2 seconds up on his teammate. All right, we got 3 minutes to hold on to this. Is Pablo safe? What do we think? There's a whole gaggle. It's like Drew's holding everybody up back there. Here's the end of that pack.
With only 3 minutes left, time is running out, but with 23-second lap times, there's a lot that can happen here. There's a lot more laps left in this race.
Well, I tell you, speaking of a lot more laps, something happened because Robert was almost 2 seconds up, and now Zach's back to 1 second behind. Not sure if he got a little squirrely as Drew holds on to it. Oh, my God.
Oh no.
And had the tank slapper. All righty. And with 2:27 left, who else we got? Looks like Harrison Matthew is in here in a battle. Let's see. It shows. Just going back. There was a battle. It's no more. BD Frank is here behind Pablo. Frank now pushing for that 4 spot. All over the back of the 14 machine as car parts go everywhere. Oh, no, the big one.
Oh no,
they're wrecking. It's the big one.
Falling apart here, folks.
Oh,
it's the big one.
Oh, Robert still in the front with 1:40 to go. And look at this. It's the Greyhounds 1, 2, 3. No stranger to that podium from previous years. Can Frank do anything about it? I don't know if he can. He's pretty far back. Zane doing a nice job in 6th for today as Zach passes his teammate from Ben Davis.
Coming up on just 1 minute left in our feature race here.
It's probably about 3 laps, maybe 2. We'll see what happens. Let's see how the sim scores it. Harrison Jameson, that's why it's so close to him. He's in the pits. It's funny. I was like, oh, there's a close battle on track. Oh, he's in the pits. Unfortunately on the wrong end of that one, as we had, I don't know if somebody spun early and then that whole pack just couldn't get out of the way. But
I am so sorry.
Harrison Matthew saying some nice words there on the radio, some sportsmanship. Here we are on board with Roberts. Final lap, white flag is out. Final lap, ready to go. Robert is here. You see Alistair in the background. Oh wait, that's Zach in the background. For some reason, Alistair's
4-second lead.
Alistair.
Unless something happens here, just bring it home.
That's
you
right.
Got the checkered flag.
And is this the checkers? Comes in. Yeah, there's Alistair racing for Pike, evidently. He's got to have a number wrong or something in there. BD Zach comes in 4, so it's a Carmel 1, 2, 3 at USA. We will interview all of those guys shortly. Blackford Zane, I got to hand it to him. I think Zane was on controller today and not wheel. They were really struggling with some of their settings. And if that's true, pull out 5th place finish. Hats off to Zane.
Absolutely. Very impressive.
Ben Davis Axel bringing it in. Axel was 3rd place yesterday. So hopefully we can get all 3 of those Carmel guys into the interview room as they come on in here. And let's take a look at the results from our feature race. After 25 laps, Carmel 1, 2, 3, BD 4, Zane from Blackford, a newcomer to the league.
Oh, I just joined.
Hey, reminder that everybody that joins this, you are actually live on there. And Pike Drew in sixth place, part of the big one, reckon in that one. 7 and 8, also Axel and BD Frank getting caught up in that a little bit. Matthew Basinger in 9. Jameson Daniel from Harrison High School in 10. 11, Pablo. 14, Pablo's running up in the front. I was really excited for Pablo. I was thinking he was going to get another podium today, and it didn't end up working out thanks to some wrecking. I'll be honest. That's going to be honest. That's short track racing a little bit. Alex in 12, Leland 13, Ethan Bonds from Pike in 14, Gary 15, and Lazarus from Pike, back from the dead, resurrecting from his consolation race, finishes out in 16th place. Hey, I got a couple guys here from the league. Hey, do I have Alistair in here?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Hey, so first of all, third place, Carmel 123 Greyhounds had an outstanding day today. Alistair, talk us through your race. What you got, bud?
So I had a good qualifying because I qualified fourth overall, and then I started P2 in my heat race.
Mm-hmm.
And then during my heat race, I just had Drew get me at the start, and then I just couldn't find a way around him. So then I started P6 for the feature race, and then I got caught up in a little bit of a crash at the start. So then I was just trying to get my way back up to the pack, and then they all crashed, and then I just made my way up to third.
Well, I think there's something to be said for consistency, and I said it in the drivers' meeting before we did this thing. It was all about just getting to the end. And for you, you didn't necessarily have to be the fastest out there. You were pretty fast. You were the cleanest a little bit of that whole pack, and you come away with a third place podium. You punch your ticket to the All-Star race there in semester 2. Hey, man, who do you got to thank today?
I gotta thank my parents, my teammates, my coach Sharky, and Mr. Drew Rhoda.
Yeah, I think this is. I think it's gonna be a long day. All right, hey man, not bad. Zach, no stranger to our interviews, top step of the podium, and the only person that came in for our interview last week. Talk me through your race. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was fine. I qualified decently, won my heat race, just stayed out of trouble and barbecue chicken from there.
Barbecue chicken, no sides, just the proteins. Hey, not bad. For you, obviously the big interview is going to be Robert. Pretty exciting, but for you, did a nice job, and points are points. Coming away with it. Who you got to talk to? Who you got to thank today?
I gotta thank my family. I gotta thank Coach Sharkey. I gotta thank Drew Rhoda. I gotta thank my teammates.
There we go. You heard it from Zach, winner of last week's race, comes in second this week. That probably keeps you at the top of our standings without my cheat sheet. I don't have that information off the top of my head, but that probably still leaves you in first place. Not a bad week after week 2. All right, and Robert, race winner, rookie to the league. Goodness, Robert, that was a big win for you today. Talk me through your race.
Yeah, thank you. Got a good qualifying lap. Got led out of every lap in the heat race, which I was really proud of. And then, yeah, once the race started, just got out to an early lead and then never looked back. Had a couple of close calls, but ultimately we got it done.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about the mental toughness that you showed today, getting out there and staying in front. It's one thing to be in front. It's another thing to stay in front for 25 laps. How'd you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just trying to not look in my mirror that much because Zach was behind me, just lurking there. And, yeah, just really proud of the day we had.
Absolutely. I think it's a great win for the Greyhounds, but also a great win for you today. You come at the top step of the podium as a rookie, coming away in our first heat racing. Hey, man, who do you need to say thanks to today?
I got to thank my parents, my coach, Mr. Sharkey, my teammates, Zach and Alistair, and all my friends.
There you go.
That Yeah.
Well, hey, Robert, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by. Race winner of the IHSEN iRacing Week 2 at USA. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I like turning left better.
That's right. There it is. All right, Mr. B, some thoughts on the day.
Heat racing is exciting. It's fast-paced, lots of action. There's more action in that 10-minute feature race that we had than there might be in some other races for the entire 20 or 30-minute race session. Short track racing, there is always something to watch. And, for me, someone who's kind of new to this broadcasting, there is so much to talk about. There is always something happening. I really enjoy the short track racing. And just like you said, I really admire the mental fortitude, the toughness that these drivers showed out there. You heard them talk about starting off in a good position and having a few close calls as you go. That can shake you up when you have to dodge high or low to avoid an accident. But that mental fortitude to continue to push forward, really impressive. Great driving all around. Great job to Carmel, great job to Ben Davis, Zach, Blackford, Zane, Pike, Drew, all the drivers up there in our top 5 and 6. Fantastic racing today, and great job to all the drivers out there in the field as we continue to move through our season.
Well, hey, I can't wait until our next race. Reminder to all of our viewers at home that our next race is not for 2 weeks because Indiana Esports Network takes off for fall break. So our next race is the 23rd of October at Tsukuba. We're going to Japan. We're going to Japan, and we're going to do some MX-5s, the Mazdas, over there, and it should be great. So you guys get 2 weeks off. Mr. B, you get 2 weeks off, and we'll pull this thing back up. Road racing from the Indiana Esports Network. 2 weeks' time, October the 23rd. Everyone, hopefully have a great night. Congratulations to all the drivers, and we will see you back again in 2 weeks. Have a good night.